Hi,
Hi,
everybody.
everybody.
Welcome to Dis Adventure Life. We're so happy to have you here.
Yay!
If you haven't subscribed already, press that little button. Ding, 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 ding,
Ding, ding, ding.
ding, 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 ding. Subscribe so you never have to miss any of our videos.
I'm Corey.
I'm Janelle, and today we're talking about Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yay!
Is it worth the price?
Shimmy, 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 shimmy.
So we had a staycation with our children at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Now, Animal Kingdom Lodge has two different parts. There's Kidani Village, which is the DVC property, Disney Vacation Club. We stayed at Jambo. But I have to tell you, it's really beautiful.
Super beautiful.
Like, right when you walk in, it's like
grand lodge. Like,
for real. Take a look at what you see when you first enter.
did you watch it?
Did you watch that? It was amazing.
Did you see that?
Did you see that? So beautiful. Like,
super nice.
Video, I feel like doesn't even do it justice.
No, it's
grand.
Grand.
Yeah, it's grand. But it really, really, really is. We stayed in
Jambo house? What are you talking about?
Kudu Trail.
Oh, Kudu Trail. Yeah, all the different wings have a name of it. It doesn't.
Our area was called Kudu Trail, and we were on the top floor. Top.
Yeah.
So the fifth floor, as high as you can go. And we looked out onto the savannah. So we had a savannah view room. And
it was amazing.
It was.
You see animals, there's wildebeest, giraffes.
It's really, really awesome.
Zebras.
Take a look at the room. It was at night, so hopefully you can see at least the layout and the setup. Okay, so this is Animal Kingdom Jambo House. This is what a DVC studio looks like. This couch goes out into another bed. Big TV. You got your wardrobe. It's nighttime right now, so you can't see the animals, but I'll show you when it's sunny in daytime. But there's animals right out here. Pretty cool.
We stayed in a deluxe, what's it called? What, a studio.
We stayed in a
deluxe studio, it's called.
Savannah View. So that is an upgraded category from just your regular standard.
It's pretty much the same, except it comes with a little kitchenette.
It is, yeah.
It is, in terms of the studios, it is a straight 4-person. It doesn't have the extra hide-a-bed that you see in some studios. So it had a
4 and under people.
Queen size bed and a hideaway couch. So the kids obviously got the
I will say, I've stayed at quite a few resorts on property, almost all of them, and this one was a really good size.
Yeah, it was decent. It didn't feel small at all.
And we have kids that are like a lot of energy. We have a 9-year-old and we have a 4-year-old, and sometimes you worry about being confined in small spaces, but this one didn't feel cramped at all. There was like a nice sized TV, there was a closet, there was an armoire, like a wardrobe.
Yeah, it's really cool decorated too. Really authentic sort of African decor and things like that. Which
It's
I thought really cool.
Really beautiful.
The chest of drawers and things like that was really, really cool. And
I really liked it. I really liked it. If I'm going to get nitpicky, which I feel like that's my job, right? Like it can't just all be positive, positive, positive.
Yeah.
The bathroom was real small.
Yeah, the actual toilet shower part, the dressing and 2
It was
sinks.
tiny.
The vanity had 2 sinks, which is nice.
But let me just tell you, ladies, the lighting was atrocious if you're trying to do your makeup. It was so dark that I had just no clue. I literally at one point had to turn on the light from my camera just to make sure I didn't have like a line, that everything was like blended okay. And during the day, it's like, oh, I'll just go do my makeup outside. But at night, it was really dark lighting. And it creates a cool ambiance, but I'm just saying, I need all the help I can get, you know? So that's, you know, just a couple negatives.
A little negative.
Let's talk about the real shining star of why you would choose to stay at Animal Kingdom. The animals.
The animals.
It's pretty cool. Just looking out your window, stepping on your balcony, and seeing these guys. This is what makes this resort so worth it.
I think a lot of people think you can just feed them off your balcony, but
Yeah, I will say the like promos and like videos that they show make it seem like these giraffes come up to your
like
balcony.
if you left a thing of grapes on your balcony, like
Like
you
if
see
I
a
just
giraffe,
had some leaves, they would come
oh,
over. That's
They eat
not.
grapes? I wonder. I don't know.
Comment below.
Comment
if you know.
below if giraffes eat grapes.
But they get close, but not like reach out and touch them.
No, they have a barrier that they can't go by. They don't get that.
I will also say, being on the top level normally is like the best, right?
Yeah.
Not here.
No, yeah.
Not here because you're like above the animals.
Yeah, you want to be on like this.
I'd say the
this
third or fourth
yeah, because then
is
you're just
better
like
if you
looking
have
across
a
and-
choice.
Yeah, you usually don't.
That being said, around 4 or 5 o'clock, it seems to be the magic hour.
They do
for
have
the
come around and
animals.
throw. They have different feeding spots that they put food and stuff. And
To like, you know, be
Get the-
like, come here, animals. People paid good money for these rooms.
some of the animals
Come
have
walk
figured
over
out
here.
that schedule and just walk, pick up treat, pick up treat, pick up treat, and then they just follow. the
Zebras
line.
aren't dumb, y'all. But it's pretty cool because even if you're not staying on property, you can come and there are spots to still see the animals. There's like lookout
Yeah, there's
areas.
lookout areas that are available to all the guests. You can walk around. There's like a little walkout to the savannah that goes a little bit further back, as opposed to just your hotel room. It's a little walkway, I don't know, maybe about 300 feet, something like that. But it's really neat. It's really quiet, and there's good viewing areas. And things
Absolutely.
Like
Another thing that it's just a little touch that I like is the ambiance that's created. There's always music
that. Yeah, there's
playing.
always music.
And not like Lion King music, but like there's
Like
always
train
like,
playing in the background.
it's just in sync all the time. There's just always kind of background ambiance music.
A lot of drumming. things
Sometimes
like
you
that,
hear,
yeah.
like people actually doing performances and drumming, and it's it just really kind of transports
Yeah,
you. It's that
absolutely.
little extra magic that's just like, I'm not at Disney, I am somewhere else. And I like that.
That was nice. That's a nice touch.
Let's talk about some things that we didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate saying that, right? Because you want to be like, Disney's
Everything was
magical,
great.
everything's amazing. But
So the situation, so there's two, Kidani Village and Jambo House. Normally they're packed and it's amazing, but this is the time of COVID, so things are a bit different. We got into Jambo House, which is the one we hadn't stayed at before, so we're really excited.
correct, we had already stayed at Kidani, hadn't stayed at Jambo, so we were very excited because last time we stayed at Kidani, we were always coming over to Jambo House for the food. The food is where it's
where
at.
they have the main quick service, and
they had the
a couple of
buffet
cool restaurants.
there. Their signature dining is there.
And so we were super excited because their food is great.
Like, I would go as far as to say the best quick service of all the resorts.
It's definitely for sure.
Sorry, Polynesian, you're real close though.
Definitely top 3,
Tops.
depending on the thing. And then even the other restaurants within it are all
amazing. And it's not a place that we get to very often because it's just off the beaten path.
Yeah.
So I will say, I will take some ownership in the fact that I didn't check to see what was open because I
just
assumed there would be at least one dining option because again, it is COVID times, but we have stayed at multiple other deluxe category resorts during this exact same time of COVID, and they've always had stores, you know, open, like a convenience store open, as well as dining options. It may not be all the dining options, but their quick service was open
always a quick
everywhere.
service,
Not here.
No.
Not a single option.
The only thing that was open was the pool bar, which had 4 different things you could eat.
4 things.
Like a hot dog and like
there was a hot dog
and something,
a tuna sandwich,
tuna
and
salad
2 different salads.
Yeah, and that's it.
That
and
was it.
Drinks.
And like full
drinks.
bar. But again, we're with our kids, and I don't know about your kids, but they are picky. They just are. If they didn't want a hot dog, I was like, well, they're not going to eat these salads, and they're definitely not going to eat a tuna salad sandwich in the 100-degree sunny heat. And it was only open for a certain time. So you literally had that option and that option only. There was no store open.
Yeah, not
made
even a convenience store.
We made a real rookie mistake and forgot our sunscreen, and we were like just out of luck because there was nothing open. We couldn't get, we were just out of luck, which is fine, whatever, our fault.
But I called down to figure out like, well, where do we eat? And they said the restaurant over at Kidani Village is available. They do quick service for breakfast, but then it's a regular table service
that you need
lunch
reservations for.
That you need reservations for, and guess what? They're all full.
Of course, because again, they're only seating a certain amount, but it's called Sanaa. Highly recommend it, but it is very authentic, African-inspired dishes. Again, my kids ain't gonna eat that. They did have some mobile ordering to Sanaa that you could go over to Kidani and get it.
Do carry out.
Which I thought was great. But between the 2 entire properties, that was the only option outside of the 4 things at the pool bar.
And let's just so you can get to Kidani very easily. There's an internal shuttle that goes around every few minutes, probably 10 minutes, something like that. But it's a shuttle, and you can do that, but it's going to take some time if it's not there right away. You know, you're looking at 15, 20 minutes. Or you could walk it, which we've done before. It's a decent walk.
It's
it
a
takes
decent
about
walk.
15
If we didn't have
as well,
kids,
so.
it wouldn't have been that big of an issue.
But that's sort of another drawback in terms of like if you're only going to have food open in one spot, you know, you put all the people at the Jambo House in sort of a lurch. And to be fair, there was very few people at
very
quiet.
few people, and maybe that's why.
That's why.
I also thought this seems like something maybe I should have been informed of when booking, because we booked on the phone.
Yeah, we actually booked on the phone.
But it is what it is. They do have, you know, you can always, of course, have food delivered through like Grubhub or...
Which we had to do one day.
Which we did. Because again, we were doing a staycation, so we didn't really have plans.
We didn't go to the parks, really.
We ended up going to Epcot because we were hungry.
That's right. We didn't go during the day, we just went at night because we're like, what do you want to do for dinner? I don't want to Uber Eats McDonald's.
Let's go get food.
There is a McDonald's really close, fairly close to that.
That's true.
It's the one on. It's the green McDonald's that's on Disney property. So
when you're staying there for multiple days, you can only eat McDonald's so much.
Yeah, and we. It's fine. It's fine. Not
what it is. Let's talk about, besides the pool, selections of food. The drinks were good.
Yeah.
Kinda. Actually, if I'm gonna be honest.
Well, I chose the wrong drink. Let's be honest.
I don't think you chose the wrong drink. So we got a mule. It was very gingery, like overpoweringly gingery.
It was a mule cocktail, so it wasn't just a regular.
But
mule.
what have you? Let's talk about the actual pool in its entirety.
So the Jambo House.
Let's just say.
Go ahead.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. However,
there are some quirks that you need to be aware of.
Quirks.
One is they have a normal big section of pool area where you can sit, but then they have these other sections of pool area which you cannot get to from the other sections without leaving the pool and going around.
So, in other words, you can't walk around the whole pool.
No.
It's impossible.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
While being in the pool, you can go outside.
If you're in the pool, you
can.
can. But if you wanted to walk literally around the pool, it's impossible to do because of these pockets that are, secluded and cool. But you could only get to them through the outside gate.
And we found ourselves in one of those secluded spots because it was one of the only places with shade, and hence the sunscreen. And I went to get a drink, and I was ready to bring it to my wife, and they yelled at me and said, "You cannot bring that drink through the pool," because my only option was to walk across the pool and hand it to her. Yeah. So I had to go out and around the pool, which is a tad annoying. I get it. It's not that big of a deal.
But I just wanted, not like a deal breaker or anything. It's just a weird
little quirk that you may not be aware of.
Let me tell you about the water side. Now my kids, the main selling point to staying on property for them is the pool. It's the water side.
Yeah.
We have done multiple resorts on Disney, and there's a hierarchy of pool sides with my children.
Yeah.
This one comes in dead last.
This one's pretty lame.
It would be perfect first water slide for a young kid that's never done a water slide. We saw multiple babies, toddlers coming down it goes very slow. It is very, as my kids would say, lame. But again, perfect for the littles.
Yeah.
But dear God, I wish I would have taken video of Corey going down it. It was
so slow. Yeah, I stopped in one of them.
It was the slowest thing I've ever seen. My kids did it once and they didn't want to do it again. So the pool there was no activities happening at the pool. There was no pool entertainment. The music was very weird.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like somebody's iPod.
It definitely seemed like somebody put their iPod on shuffle, and it was all over the place. It was really...
It was like some 90s hip hop, then Disney.
And then Aerosmith, and then some kind of bluegrass music.
Yeah, it was very weird.
It was very just weird. But beautiful.
Now that being said, there are 2 resorts in Animal Kingdom. Now that was Jambo House. Now if you take a little shuttle
it on over and take a look
at Kidani's. as you can see, that pool is much more happening.
Way
Cooler.
Way better.
It's not as big in terms of like the actual space, but it's definitely got a splash area.
Like a massive splash area. Like there was a park, like playground within the splash area. That's by far the biggest one I've seen.
Which you can actually use right now. A lot of them have those parks, but they're not open.
It was righteous.
It was
Their pool slide, kids were going fast.
Had a lot of turns, things like that.
Much better.
Really
smaller
beautiful.
pool, but you can see there are a lot more people there.
Yeah.
It was happening. There were activities. Apparently there's a reason that Kidani was sold out and only Jambo House was available.
Yeah, and then we got the little spillover hotel, I think is where we were.
It was
we did book last minute, so that's why. But
way more entertaining.
Yeah.
And let me just say, it doesn't matter which one you're staying at. You can use both pools.
Yeah, you can definitely use
So
both
you don't
pools.
have to be staying at Kidani to use their pool. You can go back and forth, which is a really nice perk.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might want the fun, crazy pool, and sometimes you might want the real quiet, more calm pool.
Yeah.
And it's nice to have the option, I think.
For sure.
They also have a pool bar there.
Yeah.
Just FYI. So you got your pool bar at both, you're good to go. Now,
Kidani also has a store that's open.
It's true. Like I love their lobby as well. Super beautiful. Again, similar in the feel.
Definitely not grand.
It's not grand.
It's grand.
They still have the animals over there. They have
the same sort of walkout thing.
Walkouts. It's very similar. You'll see the same type of animals.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, and they do have a small, but at least it's open, convenience store. There was like a coffee area. You can get frozen pizzas and like small groceries, because a lot of the rooms again over there DVC have kitchens. So that was like really nice. Had we even known that convenience store was open, because we called and asked, they said it wasn't, that would have been awesome. We could have just went and got like some pizzas or something. It's small, but it does the trick. It's got a little bit of merchandise, and in a pinch, it's got the things you need at the end of the day. So, the question you've all been waiting for.
Is it worth the money to stay at the Deluxe Animal Kingdom Lodge?
We had
some or Jambo House.
We had some major pros and cons. I wouldn't say major. That sounds terrible. We had some feelings.
I mean, food availability is a pretty major con.
For us.
I think for everybody.
Had we been at the parks all day, I don't know how much it would have bothered me.
True, that's true. But
still, at the end of the day, we're judging the resort, not anything else.
Yes.
So, let me say, if before COVID, this would have been one of my #1 recommendations.
For sure.
And it probably will be again. I cannot say it's worth the price tag of what it costs to stay there right now. If you are a DVC member, it's probably worth the points. It's probably worth the points if you've stayed there before and you're aware of what's available. If you've never stayed there before, I
would wait.
I just would recommend waiting at least until the food options are available, because the food is so good there that once any of them open at Jambo, then I'd be like, go, because there's nobody there. You still are getting all of the ambiance, the animals, all the beautiful, amazing things that make that resort so unique. But without the food, you're missing such a major draw for me, because I am a food person. You have to make that decision on your own. Maybe the animals are enough to bring you in, and they're amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, I still had tears and sat out on the balcony every day, constantly, because it was truly like magical. But I'm a girl that needs food. I just do. I need food. I just do. I just need food.
It's part of the experience that
and I think I knew what I was missing, so that was bothering me the whole time too. But We hope that we were able to give you a little bit of insight as to the pros and cons of this resort. And make sure you check out our other videos.
Yay.
Subscribe,
like, share, do all that stuff.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
Punch,
Yes.
punch,
Yes.
punch,
Yes.
punch,
Yes.
punch.
Yes.
We should probably cut. It's a cute outfit.